last week, hard-fought game, physical, and guys competed hard. Several injuries. Mark was obviously one of them. 3 days after that, encouraging news is, that they, all those guys that are banged up are going into a bye week. We're all into a bye week, right? So today was bye week practice number 1, and it was exciting for us to get out there with, I think we ran 56 plays today out there with our guys, the twos and the Devo guys, and guys that haven't been in there a ton. So it's been a lot of fun for us to get those guys out there. None of the ones got any reps today. All injured players are working hard to get back. Don't know Mark's status yet. It's cloudy. We don't need to know though because it's a bye week. So next week, same bad time, same bad channel. You'll have the head ball coach standing up here. He can tell you more about it as we find out more. But excited to be into a bye week. We needed it. 4 weeks of camp, 5 games straight, some physical games, and been improving. And excited to get back and work with some of the twos and threes as the season goes on. We're going to need those guys. They're going to be in prominent roles. So it's a good week to take a breath and regroup.
Start with that.
Yeah.
Hey Tim, LA Club Hawkeye Insider. Regarding Mark, Hank, I guess where's your confidence level at with Hank, especially having little experience? I mean, he did play this last weekend.
Yeah.
I guess what did you think about how he played, given that he was thrown in a tough situation?
It's tough. I mean, I'm sure he'd tell you he wish he played better. I think we all, everyone does. His feet were a little giddy. Made a couple big throws. Missed a couple. I'm sure he wants back. He went in there and he was going to the right places. We just got to get his feet underneath him. He has such great feet, calm feet. It's one of the reasons he had a pretty good spring and into fall camp. And we got to, everyone's feet, Mark's feet look like that on week 1 too. So, and Mark's feet have been improving. I mean, last 3 games, I feel as if, I think he's like at 70% completion. He understands it, he's comfortable with it. Any quarterback that goes in there for the first time is going to be, they just need to calm down and relax a little bit. And I thought he did that. He made some good plays, but he's got to improve. And him and Heck had a great day today. Heck hasn't been here very long, but he's getting more comfortable with what we're doing. And so it's been back to this week. This is a fun week for me to have those guys take a ton of reps and see where they're at. And they both need them because they don't get as many. The other guys have been on the scout field. These guys are getting a ton of reps this week, and just to see the improvement that we're going to need, if he's in the game.
Chad likes to go to the Des Moines Register, regardless of who's a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yards per carry is down quite a bit this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, the explosives aren't there, but what do you attribute that to thus far, and how do you get that going in the second half of the season?
Yeah, we do. I mean, I didn't think it'd be as explosive. Wanting some of those to come out of the pass game. We've had more explosive pass plays than we had last year because every year is going to be different. The inconsistency, to nobody's fault, in the running back situation has been interesting. They've all been working hard. We've literally had a different guy start, I think, every single game. I think we finished last game with only 2 that were healthy, So, and one of those was Kamari, who was hurt early and didn't come back till game 3. So just getting the consistency with the O-line and the running backs, I think that's going to help a ton. And as we become better at throwing the ball, it's going to take more and more pressure off the run game. So I think points are up. All the stats, as I look at them, you really don't stop halfway and look at them. But this would be the one time to peek at them, and you peek, and we're a little up in this, we're a little down in this, we're a little up in that, So, it's hard to judge other than, we got to, figure out which backs are going to stay healthy, and we can have some consistency there. They're all doing a good job. I really felt like last game was kind of a really good football team, a team that was in the college football playoffs last year, and it was going to be a Jazz and X physical, but they were both hurt. So it made it a little curveball there, because it was just going to be a grind. They're really good up front. I forget what they were ranked, like number 2 in the country on defense. And so yards were going to be there, but they were going to be hard to come by. Broken tackles, get the pile pushing forward. I thought Kamari did a really good job a couple times pushing that pile. Jazz and X kind of naturally, that's their go-to. So we just need more consistency in that. I think that'll help us get some more explosives in the run game. And then obviously the pass side of things is helping the whole offense and the point part of it, which is up a little bit, because we can be more balanced, which is the goal.
Tom Kicker, Hawkeye Report. Tim, when did...
Love your shirt, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Go Cubs.
Yeah.
Today's the day. Isn't it
2
today?
o'clock.
Yeah, sorry. I'm in the middle of the season, but I did see that on some of it starts today, right?
Yes.
All right, good for them.
Has Reese Vandersee gotten back out to practice with you guys? Do you expect him back for Wisconsin? And just kind of an overview of the receivers and how they've developed so far this year.
Yeah, right now we have, and I'm proud of this, and we're nowhere near where I'd like to eventually be, but we have 15 receivers, running backs, receivers, tight ends that have 2 or more catches right now. Like we're spreading the ball fairly well. Obviously, I would love Reese to be one of those guys. I think is going to start practicing next week. He's been doing more and more. I think they have him running a little bit right now, so he's close. That's all I can tell you. None of the decisions have to be made during a bye week, but we're hopeful that he'll be back soon and getting a big target like that on the backside of he plays the X receiver, so he'd be a huge advantage to us to have a guy like that. But Sam's doing a great job in that spot, and he's getting better. And I think you just see the receivers as a whole. We still got a lot more to work on. I think we're running routes. Our depths are the proper depths. They're making plays. I'd like to see more run after catch. It's something we haven't seen yet. But it's something that we're building to. It's always the last thing that comes, right? So I'm proud of that room. That room's done a good job in creating some separation, making some plays. Obviously, Dayton made the big play at the Rutgers game. And we also have to put him in situations to make those plays. We've had opportunities to take some shots down the field that we've checked down on, and that's something I know Mark talked to you guys, but I got to be more aggressive. And I'm trying to call it aggressive, but you got to make the decision and take that shot. And he's starting to get more comfortable with that, and that's been fun to watch his growth as a passer. He's always a good manager. He's a great runner, but to see him, his feet and what they did the last couple of weeks, just to continue to develop him as a passer, it's been fun because he's a great kid. He works hard. He wants to learn, and so it's been fun to see what he's been able to do and just continue to put them in spots to be playmakers, because if the ball's not thrown to you, you really can't be a playmaker,
Ethan featured Quad City Times. I'm curious, because Mark's legs have been such a dynamic part of his game this year, how much changes with what you're able to do when Hank comes in, and when he comes in, you had a little experience with it last year. How much are you balancing what I want to do with the offense right now and what he's comfortable with and the plays I know he likes to go to?
Yeah, it's a good question because it's different when you have a week to prepare and when it happens in the middle of a game, right? When you have a week to prepare, I have each quarterback, 1, 2, and 3, fill out a form of their favorite plays. And I make my call sheet look like the starting quarterback, but I always keep them in a file. Hope I don't have to ever open up that file, but I did last week. I'd open it up and take Hank's out just to see what his favorites were, on the sheet. And so you try to call a game to make the kid comfortable. Hank is way more athletic than you think. I think he's a different style of runner. He's more on the edge guy than up the middle. Sully was more of an edge guy than up the middle guy. Mark's unique in that he does a good job keeping his shoulder square and working the A gaps, which not a lot of Tebow could do. Not a lot of guys can work the A gaps like quarterbacks at least. And then in the game, you're really just thinking, where's he at mentally and how can I make him comfortable? We ran some short passing game, some screens just to try to get him calmed down. I used to not calm down until I got hit when I played. I needed to get hit by somebody and then get up, relax, and start playing, when I was a quarterback. So during a game, you really don't change much of what you're doing. You're just trying to keep him comfortable. And then we got into a 2-minute situation. At that point, you got to go. There's only one way to go. And I thought he did a good job. Missed a couple things, I'm sure. He's going to learn from it. But he also got us a couple first downs, got us across the 50. We just got to finish that drive. We had a couple chances. Sailed the last one a little high. The one before that, he got a little bit confused. I wanted him to take a shot, and he didn't. But that's learning, right? It's the first time in there, and he's hungry, and it's been good to see him out there today throwing it again.